Welcome to the Assist Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Schwartz, and joining me today is a good friend. She's a year older, getting ready to finish up her collegiate career as an undergrad. It's Sophia Jardon. Sophia, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
How's your start to your senior year?
It's been okay so far. Overwhelming, but kind of we're handling it. So
Overwhelming in what way?
just classes.
Yeah.
The hurricane put all my tests in 1 week, pretty much. So
Yeah, that first week after the hurricane, non-hurricane, was pretty crazy. But
exactly.
yeah, and your Miami Dolphins are the worst team in possibly league history.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my Miami Dolphins is a bit strong to say, but
Used to be your Miami Dolphins.
yes. Then I gave up on them a little bit. So
It's been too long. Been too long in misery. Well, I'm glad to have you on here, and you had a couple things you wanted to start off to talk about with. We're talking about like video game stuff, kind of like.
yeah.
Right.
Well, like the violent movies and video games.
Yeah. And this is kind of like, I know you didn't know much about the movie, but like I kind of mentioned it was like the Joker is coming. We're recording on Thursday. This is coming out on Thursday. I think Joker comes out tonight or tomorrow. The new movie by Todd Phillips with Joaquin. Is it Joaquin? I don't know.
Maybe.
Joaquin Phoenix is an actor, and there's been some controversy surrounding the portrayal of Joker, and it's a kind of like a movie basically about a white guy. I mean, the Joker in itself is obviously he's a white guy, and then is doing violence and stuff like that. And this is the first time he's really been on the screen alone without Batman and that kind of thing. So there's been some uproar about that, and I think you're kind of bringing in that and talking about like these kind of movies. Are in video games too? Are they just stories, or are they kind of like pushing this kind of thing onto people, I guess?
Yeah. Well, I mean, since you told me the Joker, whatever, I have constantly been seeing articles or like videos on the news of, like, don't take your kids to see the Joker because there's violence and we don't know what kind of message that sends. And everyone's like, why are you taking your kids to see this movie? I mean, it's not a children's movie. It's
rated R.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I haven't seen that people are like thinking about taking their kids to it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like a local news channel. She goes, be cautious when you take your kids to this movie. I don't think it's meant for them, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, obviously not. Like,
yeah.
Like, why are we at this point where it's like you show some, I don't even know what to, it's just, I mean, it's cinema. Half of that doesn't even happen ever. It's a comic book.
Well, yeah, and if you know anything about the Joker, like, and that he doesn't really have an origin at all. Yeah. I mean, obviously this movie's going to be different because you kind of have to give him, like, something. But, like, especially in The Dark Knight, the Joker's just, there's no, a lot of movies there's build up to the villain, that kind of thing. Like, you see the villain come along with, or some kind of backstory to why he hates or she hates the hero. Mm-hmm. And, like, for the Joker, there's none of that. Like, in the first scene of the movie, it's the Joker bank robbery scene. Like, he's just there.
Yeah, he's just, like a villain or something. That's...
Yeah. He just comes up, and that's, the rest of the movie. You don't really get a name. You don't get an origin story, whatever. So it's, like, the Joker, like, has been, Batman is the symbol of control, being a silent guardian, that kind of thing, and like wanting to control everything.
Vigilante type of a thing.
Yeah, whereas Joker just wants chaos and doesn't care about anything and doesn't have anyone he loves or that kind of thing. So, I mean, if you know anything about that character, you wouldn't be like, this is like obviously a very unique flavor of movie, and like that's kind of what DC's been going for recently too, which I think is a good move. But like it's supposed to be like not a necessarily like a story that makes you happy or whatever. It's not supposed to be something that's like a unique thing, and that's why like they're steering away from the universe whole thing, like the Marvel kind of like model of everything's got to be connected. It's like, no, this is just going to be a weird story about the Joker,
a standalone just for entertainment. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah, and they're not apparently they're not showing it in the theater where the Batman shooting happened with the movie. In Colorado.
I think I might have seen something like that. Yeah.
Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, I thought I heard something about that, which is kind of like, I don't know, like I can understand it in a way, but also like Oh, it's because he was dressed as the Joker, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then he came into the theater.
Let me see. Wait. Will not play at the theater where Dark Knight Rises was shown. Okay, so it was Dark Knight Rises in 2012. Family members of those killed asked the studio to donate, blah, blah, blah. In Aurora. Was he dressed? I don't know. It says like he's.
I think he was dressed as the Joker, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see. I'm still trying to find it.
That was 2012. Wow.
Yeah, 7 years ago. I mean, and like I know there's some concerns that people like will.
Get ideas or
or like feel connected to it because like we all kind of feel connected.
I don't know though, because when there's always these sort of like mass murders and all that, they have their manifestos, and it's just a jumbled up written like testimony of craziness. I mean, I don't even know how you can logically think, oh my gosh, this Joker movie literally inspired me to commit like a massacre. Like,
yeah,
what? Like that's not logical. There's more of a problem if you're making those sort of connections.
Or there's already patterns of that in your life. Like I think the thing with people, connecting the superheroes and stuff, and like you look around my room, you see I have a bunch of Iron Man stuff up in here and stuff like that. So like obviously like there's that kind of thing, but that's designed that way. Like the writers design stuff. Like artists design. It's something I've learned since I've been with Katie. Like artists design their pieces, their work, their films to get you as the consumer to like feel certain emotions. Mm-hmm. It's part of what they do. So like that's the kind of thing. Like I doubt that obviously like the Joker's a very complex character, but they're not gonna do this whole thing where it's like all these kids are gonna be relating, or these angsty teenagers or whatever are gonna suddenly start relating to the Joker and then go and kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they say the same about video games too. Any of like the whatever like first person shooter games like Call of Duty or
Grand
I feel
Theft
like
Auto.
even Grand Theft Auto is like, oh, I robbed a car in a game, I'm just gonna do it in real life. I mean,
I don't. Like,
I think there's like a fine line of maybe what your moral standards are, or like what you've learned growing up that should tell you, oh, this is just a game. Like I'm obviously not going to do that in real life because there's consequences and repercussions, but I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like it just doesn't make sense to me, because I feel like a lot of areas where that kind of stuff happens, like with, gang shootings and stuff like that, like it's, people grow up in that, and that's where it comes from. There's a lot of, it's areas that are stricken with poverty and stuff like that that frankly probably can't afford video games and stuff like that I feel like that happens a lot. Like I know that's been more and more popular as a hypothesis that these are coming from people that are playing first-person shooters or whatever, but that doesn't, I don't know, that just never sat right with me.
I mean, like, my brother and I played Call of Duty growing up.
Yeah, same here.
We're not serial killers.
No, and maybe it's a thing of parenting and just nurturing as well, maybe. And just, like, if you grow up in that kind of stress and that kind of environment.
What you were saying with gang violence, it's like you either are poor and you're the ones getting harassed, or you join them and try to make money for yourself. I mean, it's not the best way of doing it, but I feel like the circumstance in those areas, I mean, you either get killed or you're on the other side of it, and it's a hard choice to make.
Yeah, but I think then, it's a very multifaceted issue, because it's like, do we want to get rid of poverty? Well, yes. Yeah. But, and obviously it's so hard because it hasn't been done yet. With all this stuff, and a lot of it's just you need to invest in these areas and like get these areas dressed up, and not like the gentrification of them per se, because I know in Cleveland that happens kind of a lot in some areas, is that they'll take these like poorer areas of Cleveland, especially on the west side now, and then they'll make them in these pretty like hipster areas or whatever, which like people are getting drawn to them now. Like I'll go down there sometimes when I'm home and go into those places, but still like that doesn't help the community that was already living there in poor government housing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you see more outreach like that amongst, oh my gosh, I feel like I either saw something recently or just the idea of these football players going to like their inner city like childhood neighborhoods, or like kind of like what LeBron did with the
with Akron,
with
the
Akron,
school.
yeah, and the school,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of giving back, because I mean you have to help them in some way.
Yeah, and that's all, like, that's the best case scenario, right? Is a lot of times these kids make it out through sports, and it's kind of crazy when you hear about those stories, like LeBron sleeping on his mom's friends' couches for a while and stuff like that. Like, it's just insane.
Yeah.
More reason why we should pay college athletes.
Yeah.
So have you looked at this California law?
So I've read an article or two about it, and my understanding, if I can, analyze legal jargon correctly, is that players can make money off of their name and likeness. However, the school isn't paying them. It's just third-party people. So they could sign endorsements or make money off of autographs, right? Or no?
Yeah, so here's what it says. This is the update from Sports Illustrated, the main thing. This is yesterday. California Governor Gavin Newsom signed it. It's called the Fair Pay to Play Act, for anybody who wants to look it up and read on their own. It allows college athletes to be paid for the use of their name, likeness, and image. It does not force schools to pay athletes, but it allows athletes to hire agents who can procure business and sponsorship deals. The schools and the NCAA have long opposed this legislation because of the NCAA's idea of amateurism. And this does not go into effect until January 1st, 2023. And on top of this, the U.S. Representative Anthony Gonzalez, who actually played at Ohio State and was played in the NFL as a receiver. I remember his name. But yeah, now he's a rep in Ohio. Is playing the pros a new national law that would give college athletes the opportunity to make endorsement money. So that would be national. There's also people, North Carolina Representative Mark Walker proposing the Student Athlete Equity Act in March. Changed the definition of a qualified amateur sports organization for tax codes. So in other states, it looks like Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Kentucky, Minnesota, Nevada, New York, and there's a lot of these, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, are all looking into are having discussions about these kind of laws. So I feel like, outside of all that information, that this has been coming. I mean, this has been the kind of thing that there was NCAA football 14, right? And then they shut it down. It went up to 14. Once that kind of once EA kind of saw the writing on the wall, now we're 5-6 years out from that. This has been coming for a long time, and it's been promising to shake the sport for a long time, and now we're kind of on the doorstep of it, 5, 6, 7 years away.
Well, yeah, and it's even with cases, like the UCF kicker that had his YouTube channel, and was on the team, and they told him to choose between the two because I don't know why he couldn't have a YouTube channel. That
made me upset. That makes no sense to me.
I have no idea. I mean, I was telling because you know how Sel walked onto the cross country team.
Yes, a friend on the track team here.
So she was basically, I guess, somewhat excited, but I mean, not really, because this kind of impact is only. I mean, it'll only benefit the big names. So if you're looking at UCF, probably Dylan Gabriel, Milton, Davis.
Football,
you know what I mean?
Like that.
I mean, even if it passed in Florida, she wasn't expecting a Nike endorsement tomorrow. But
yeah.
But it's just the idea of letting kids be able to use their own name. I mean, I don't understand why, if I'm a top, I don't even know. I'm just going to say I'm a top QB in the nation, and I can't even go out to lunch and have a fan pay for me because it's illegal. I mean, what?
Yeah, that's the thing.
What I mean?
It's like there's certain things like, I don't know if they changed these all, but it used to be like when you're recruiting, if you have like a bagel, that's fine, but if you got a cream cheese bagel bought for you, like that's a violation. It's like, why are you, like the NCAA just really focuses a lot of stuff on this, and to me it doesn't make much sense because obviously you're looking down the wire at all these things, and you see I know it was in the billions, but I want to look up what ESPN's deal for the college football playoff is, because it's insane. Because, you think of a lot of these things and, they're not even seeing a dime of it, and it's a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yeah, I mean, even, I think the article I read was the LA Times, and they said either it was previous legislation in California or in another state where they wanted to push for, like, however percentage that the school made for the whole year and, like, give that to the players as well. I guess maybe, like, a salary, but it never panned out because...
Yeah.
Obviously,
I did see something about that.
Yeah.
12 years, $5.6 billion just for the 4 games every year, or the 3 games every year for the playoffs. So that just goes to show how insane it is. I think another thing is for people worrying about, like, competitive issues with this, if the school's not paying the kid,
then it shouldn't matter.
No, it shouldn't, because basically what I feel like would happen is that a lot of times you can, obviously, like, there's some schools like Alabama, Clemson that produce top level talent, but if you go there and you're not good, whatever, you won't be, you're a big fish in a big pond, and you're trying to fight for a spot. But if you went to somewhere like, I don't know, a good team that doesn't necessarily churn out top talent like Alabama, like, say, Washington State, or I don't know, like Iowa, or Iowa State, as opposed to going to Texas, some school like that, and you murder it, then you're owning your own state, basically, with some endorsement and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, what was the other thing? It was something also in the article that apparently a ton of schools were against this.
Oh, well, they all have to be.
Yeah, no, of course. But their excuse was ambiguously that this, passing this law would cause, it was like, unforeseeable circumstances or something. It was the dumbest thing, and it's like, as opposed to us making millions and billions all on our own, these kids are gonna make it, like, themselves. What is that? Like,
yeah, it's like a typical business thing.
Yeah,
business jargon. I think part of that is because they are all members of the NCAA, so the NCAA is probably like sent on a memo. They're like, guys, we need help. We're under attack. We're getting murdered by all these people. And you also know stuff like this already happens. Though, is the thing. Like,
that's what I was telling my roommates. It's all. I mean, it doesn't happen, but it does. Especially, it's illegal,
especially in basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, look at, like, Reggie Bush at USC. Like, that whole thing that happened. He lost his Heisman and all that stuff.
Well, and who is it? Oh my gosh, was it Louisville that got caught for a booster paying for strippers for the team or something?
For the basketball team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Pitino had to resign, or they fired him, one of the two.
Yeah, I mean, not that you should be bribing people with strippers.
Yeah, that's
not my
that's
taste, but but it's just other stuff. And I was talking to my roommate about it, and the thing is, you have these top athletes, and I mean, LeBron touched up on it, I'm pretty sure, too.
Yeah.
With his experience, but a lot of these top athletes come from nothing. And for their home, them going to college is one less source of income to help their family.
Yeah, it's true.
Because I doubt they have time for a job.
Right.
Even if they did, I mean, what is it? Probably minimum wage.
Yeah.
And then
it's not great.
They have to go to school. I mean, of course, when a booster flashes some money in their face to pay for the electric bill, it's going to happen.
Take it. Exactly.
And then what? They get their eligibility taken away. That's it. They can't do anything about it.
And then they lose all those benefits. Which is crazy.
So it's just like constantly looking over your shoulder because, what, you're good?
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it? I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, and the whole thing with, like, the video games and stuff like that, and how universities will sell jerseys that don't have names on it, and it doesn't matter, that kind of thing. It's all a bunch of crap. I mean, people have known about this for a while. And it sucks with some certain things because it's, like, it's, once again, just a function. Like, even though people will have kick-ass, like, rowing teams, like, schools, like, I think our women's rowing team, whatever, is, like, insanely good, like, nationally.
Ours, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but, like, they're not going to see really any effect from this rule. And, I mean, I think that's part of the thing with just the sports is just if you make it a function of their revenue, because obviously college football is truly gigantic business here. in this country, and basketball too.
Of course, yeah.
Almost as big of an extent as well. So, and especially with all the gambling money too. I mean, now that gambling's legal.
I know.
Sports gambling can be legal in states now. And I think a lot of states have already legalized it, which is also crazy to think about, because that was always the one thing you can't sports gamble outside of Las Vegas, and now.
I know. Now, what was the first state to do it then? I forgot.
New Jersey was the one that sued whoever it was that brought the case to the Supreme Court. But yeah, New Jersey.
Okay, that's what it was.
Was the first one with Atlantic City and stuff like that. Their whole casino stuff over there. So yeah, I'm sure I think there's like 20 states already that have legalized it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
like
it's only
15,
a matter
20.
of time until the rest of them do somehow.
Yeah, for sure, and which will be really interesting to see how that affects it. So,
What do you think the NCAA does now? Have they released a statement or no? I feel like I haven't seen anything.
They probably have, but it's the NCAA, so it's probably some vague crap that nobody really cares about. No, I mean it's the NCAA is like.
Probably some blanket statement of whatever.
I mean, we all know the NCAA sucks, and it's like they're just really like that. So honestly, I don't even care what they say, because I mean this is eventually going to happen, and they can either adapt or die.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Do you watch a lot of shows on HBO or no?
Not too much.
Well, if you have HBO and you ever feel like watching something new, there's a show called Ballers with The Rock.
Oh yeah, I have.
Yeah, where he's like financial advisors for pro sports, and sorry for the spoiler, but at the end of the most recent season, he finishes with like a lawsuit against the NCAA.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole backstory to it and stuff like that I won't ruin if anyone cares to watch it now. But
I've heard Ballers is really good.
It is good. But it's like pretty much him versus the NCAA, and it leaves it with him trying to basically suing them for the fact that they don't allow players to make money on their name and likeness and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So
The Rock fights gorillas or alligators and skyscrapers and the NCAA and helicopters and.
Well, now he's back in the WWE, I think.
I know, I saw that.
Did I see that correctly?
Yeah, I want to look up the official thing. I did get that notification. It's because he's not filming Fast and Furious 9 right now.
No.
He's not in Fast 9, so he's like, the hell am I going to do?
Another Hobbs and Shaw movie, maybe?
Yeah, probably, but I think Fast 9 comes out in May, and he's not in it. Let's see. Dwayne is set to return to wrestling ring as part of the WWE SmackDown live premiere. He retired in 2004, and then he passed the torch to John Cena in 2013.
You can't see me.
It's on Friday? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's on Friday.
Incredible.
So, yeah.
Wasn't he just recently noted as the highest paying actor of the year or something?
He has to be.
I can't remember if it was
last year.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This year or last year. I forgot who was in second that he beat out. Was it Chris Hemsworth? I feel like he was
2019 from Forbes. Here you go. Published August 21st.
Okay.
Damn, you're on top of all this stuff. Yeah, it was The Rock. $89.4 million between June 1st of both years. Because let's see, in between June, he was in what? Fast 8. I know, Fast 8 I think came out right before that. But he would have been Hobbs and Shaw, Skyscraper.
What was it? Jumanji.
Yeah.
I believe another one came out.
Something like that, yeah. Let's see. You got Dwayne. It was Chris Hemsworth. Wow, look at you. Chris Hemsworth, $76 million. Robert Downey Jr., $66 million for literally Endgame.
Honestly.
Akshay Kumar. I don't know who that is. 65. Jackie Chan.
Of course.
Bradley Cooper, Adam Sandler, Chris Evans, Paul Rudd, and Will Smith's your top 10. Wow, look at you with the current event articles. You read Forbes? That's well done.
It's just randomly seeing things on Instagram and Twitter, honestly.
I love that Paul Rudd was on there.
I'm trying to think of his movies now.
Ant-Man. Yeah, he's in Endgame.
And that's it?
No, he's definitely...
No, there has to be more.
Paul Rudd's always that guy in movies where you're like, oh, yeah, he is in there. I just didn't notice him that much. Hold on, let's see what he did this year. This is the podcast of Google searches. We're just going all over the place. Here we go. This is what happens when you don't have notes for a podcast, people. Here we go. Paul Rudd. Oh, crap, I skipped it. Hold on. Where's his filmography? Wikipedia does dark mode now, and I like it, but it's like it's off. It's weird for a second. Okay, here we go. Main article. I have to go to another article. All right, hold on. We're almost there. Film. He's made Ghostbusters. Oh, he was in Between Two Ferns, the movie. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
When did Ant-Man and the Wasp come out? He might have been able to double dip with Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hold on.
Maybe, because that was the most recent one.
That came out in July 6th, so yeah.
Oh,
he was working on that. Some other movies I've never heard of. Is he in any TV this year?
I don't know.
Oh, well, he'll be in What If for Disney Plus. He was in iZombie. As a cameo, I think. I don't know.
Maybe.
There you go. So yeah, Paul Rudd. He's like 52 or something like that.
He doesn't look a day over 40.
Did you know Samuel L. Jackson's 75 or 70?
Oh my. He's that old now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And he's still doing the action movies and shit. He's crazy.
Man, they must need a few stunt doubles for that.
Oh yeah.
Who even know? He gets up all set. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean he's insane. And Will Smith too. He's probably up there in age. Are you excited for Disney Plus? It drops in like a month.
I kind of am, especially since when they talked about it, they released all of these everything that they had with Marvel, the shows, the exclusive content that they're having. I'm interested in seeing what else they put. I mean, obviously the Marvel part is huge because everyone is a big fan. But I'm wondering if they're gonna also do what Netflix and HBO do of original shows, movies, maybe anything tying to what they currently have in Disney.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up right now. So here you go. Here's all it says the Disney Plus originals. Ready? Mm-hmm. The Mandalorian from Star Wars. I don't know if you saw that trailer. It's about the Mandalorian.
Oh, yes, I did. Mm-hmm.
Lady and the Tramp. I don't know if that's like... Isn't that a movie already?
It is, but it's probably a live action.
Noelle. I don't know what that is. High School Musical. The musical. The series.
Oh my gosh, yes, I did see a trailer for that.
Marvel Hero Project. And then The World According to Jeff Goldblum. I'm probably going to watch that. It's going to be funny. Encore. I don't know what that is. What's Encore? Oh wow, they have this all nifty page set up. Kristen Bell brings together former castmates of a High School Musical. It's like a real life thing. Lame. Into the Unknown, Making Frozen 2. Timmy Failure. Mistakes Were Made. I like Timmy Turner.
Maybe. I don't know. That kind of sounds like it.
I love how we're just like figuring shit out as we go on this show. Let me click on it. Oh, never mind. It's just a picture. Okay. Monsters at Work. WandaVision. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, The What If, Star Wars, The Clone Wars, finishing off. So hyped about that. Loki. And then they have Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic. And you see pictures of Moana, The Incredibles, Iron Man, Darth Vader, and a panda. So yeah, they're going to have literally everything.
Well, that and...
Because they've been pulling their titles from Netflix recently.
Yes. They have been.
And stuff like The Simpsons.
I think there's very few Marvel movies on Netflix now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably
once this comes out, it's going to be pulled.
Yeah,
definitely.
So their deal will be over. Yeah, it's crazy. 39 days. So yeah, $7 a month too isn't bad. So I gotta work on who I'm splitting that with. I think Thorne and I are gonna split it every month. Just being honest. So that you'll see my Fire Stick. Well, I don't think they're having it on the Fire Stick on Amazon, which is gonna be annoying for a little bit for me. I'll have to download like a separate app.
Where have they said that they'll have it available? Though?
Everywhere but the Amazon Fire Stick.
Oh, of course.
Which is because like
I'm assuming Apple TV, smart TVs.
Yeah, so like I have the Fire Stick plugged into that thing into that TV right there, and then I just have like the Spectrum app and shit. So like because I have Sling for my parents, I have Spectrum from our cable here. I have Hulu through Spotify. I have Netflix through Katie, and then what else do I have? Maybe that's it. Oh, and then like HBO and shit like that. Oh, so yeah, like, and then obviously this. So like I have I probably have almost everything you could like want in for streaming, but like it's all like in separate places sometimes. So like, and like Sling doesn't have Fox at the moment. Apparently, like one of the contract shit, so that's kind of annoying. But no, streaming, gotta love it.
Yep.
I mean, there's so much shit on Netflix now. It's insane.
I know. Every time I go on there, it's something new. like what do they call it? A spotlight or something, and it's always a show.
Well, they drop stuff on Fridays.
Every Friday or
every Friday is with their drop date. I think Big Mouth comes out tomorrow, season 3.
I haven't seen it.
The odds that Katie and I finish Big Mouth by the end of the weekend, I mean,
highly likely,
very high. Well, do you even know what Big Mouth? You
I know
who it is.
I know it follows these kids as they're learning about puberty.
Have you seen
the
anything?
Birds and Bees? No, I haven't.
Okay, let me pull up like the season 1 trailer. So there's nothing like.
I mean, I hear it's pretty funny from what you said and what have other people said.
I'll literally pull it up right now, and the listeners can like hear it if they don't know it. Oh, hold on. There's a TikTok ad. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Oh, good evening.
Are you the puberty fairy?
The fuck did you just call me?
The puberty fairy?
I'm the hormone monster. I'm just here to give your friend a nocturnal emission.
Incredible.
How come in all these videos, puberty for boys is like the miracle of ejaculation?
Oh no, that's the most I've ever made.
And for girls, we're just a yarn ball of aching tubes.
Oh my god. Last night, I saw Andrew's penis.
What are you doing?
Oh my god!
And now you're worried you're homosexual? Mickey, a man can touch another penis.
Excuse me?
Even kiss one very lightly.
Okay. This might be somewhat rare for you.
What are you saying? That most of the time I'm gonna like girls and they won't like me back, so I should seize this opportunity? Yeah, that makes sense.
Everything's embarrassing!
Everything is so embarrassing.
There's another slit in the back, but that's only for my birthday. This kid might be a genius.
Get this. Girls are horny, too. Just as horny as guys, supposedly.
You have no idea what I want, you fucknut shitbag! You want to shoplift lipstick. You want to listen to Lana Del Rey on repeat. You want to scream at your mother and then laugh at her tears. Everything okay in here, sweetie? Get the hell out, Shannon! Get out!
Oh my gosh.
Here goes something.
Hey girl, hey! I'm your genitals.
Hi, I'm Jessie.
Sorry, you go first. Wait, we talked at the same time.
Oh, you're not scary.
Boo!
Wow.
Is that too far?
That part made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, at the time it seemed funny.
No, and I like fucked up stuff like that.
You know, Netflix insisted on it.
Really?
No.
Wow. An interesting take on.
It's Nick Kroll and like John Mulaney. A lot of other like comedians will go on there and do it. Like they do a bunch of like Nick Kroll does a bunch of the voices, but yeah, it's basically like Nick Kroll's baby. It's fantastic.
Who thinks of that?
It's only, and the other thing is,
I guess you're probably sitting around at the dinner table and you're like, you remember like
do you know who Nick Kroll is? He's a comedian. He's on The League.
Oh really?
He's Ruxin.
No.
I don't know. No, he's great. No, I definitely like if you have like even I don't know if you're like if you have a very serious sense of humor. Why are you listening to this? Because this is like it's not me
a
at
joke.
all. But like if you have that kind of sense of humor where like you're just you like it's just funny and I don't even know how to describe it because like that's just my sense of humor, like kind of like sexual fucked up, and you're like you can laugh at like
anything
little like middle school kids going. It's also very like it's honestly accurate though, like with the hormone monsters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not, but the other
it's
thing
like
is
the untold truths that you wish your sex ed teachers told you.
Yeah,
but never did.
It basically is. And it's only 10 episodes each season at like 20 something minutes. It's actually really easy to binge.
Oh,
it's not 40 minutes
I would
long.
finish that in a day.
That's what I'm saying.
You kidding me? I binge watch everything.
Watch like 3 episodes and tell me tomorrow if you like it.
All right.
If you have time.
If I have time.
I don't know, you're probably studying or something, but yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll be in Gainesville this weekend.
Okay, well you can watch on the way or something.
No.
Or who are you going with?
I'm going with Andy and Sophia.
Are you watching the Auburn game?
I'm not gonna go to the game just because it's their homecoming, and I feel like it's too difficult.
And they're playing a top 10 game.
They have college game day too.
Oh, do they?
So,
I didn't know it was there.
It's just a windstorm of excitement.
You gonna try to go to the game day again?
I don't know actually. I don't know my sort of itinerary.
I was gonna say, it seems like there's a lot to do there now, a lot more than I thought in Gainesville this weekend. I forgot about that. They're playing a big football game.
It's a 3:30 game as well.
The 3:30 SEC game.
So
I'll be in misery after Michigan gets their ass kicked by Iowa.
So yeah, well I know UCF plays tomorrow against Cincinnati.
Yeah, we can't lose that game. I actually have friends that go to Cincinnati, so that'd be pretty bad.
I mean, I feel like we'll be fine.
Only 4-point favorites, though.
Really?
Model also only has them as 4-point favorites. It's a little, I don't know.
Maybe they're just lowballing us from our loss the other week.
Yeah, definitely could be. But if not, then I'm going to watch Big Mouth, and that's going to make me happy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still glad that UCF isn't out of top 25. What are we, 18 now?
We're up to 18th, yes. We're coming back.
You're going to come back?
We're coming back.
Although...
Revenge Tour. The UCF Revenge Tour.
Trying to think. Let me see. We win the rest of our games. Most likely play conference championship against Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis is undefeated. Memphis or SMU.
Really?
Both of them are SMU's in the rankings now. Yeah, they kicked TCU's ass the other week. So Memphis or SMU, but we don't play either of them in the conference. I think the Houston, they had some of their players redshirt already, so
yeah, that game will
we're playing USF, who sucks this year, so yeah, we should probably run this is our toughest game left, easily.
Okay. You think that conference game will be here again, or no?
As long as we don't lose in conference, then yeah.
Okay, I see what you
and
mean.
they, it's based on conference record, whoever's the best team in the conference.
Right.
That would suck, because the last 2 games we've hosted the conference championship, and then all of a sudden it'd be
I know,
gone.
Those were great,
Those are
honestly.
so nice. Got to yell at Todd McShay.
Yeah.
He came up and talked to us after my freshman year. It was really cool.
Really?
And then last year, yeah. Last year was because Mackenzie was injured, and that was brutal.
Oh, yeah, that was a scary one.
He came back.
I know.
28-2. 29-2 now. They won last week.
Yes.
Against Port
It
Connecticut.
is 21, yeah.
Port Connecticut.
He will take it. Can't complain.
Yeah.
But I was actually... Who was I talking to? I was talking to my dad. It's been incredible that we get Winbush transfer from Notre Dame. You think he'll be, the leader of the pack as, a junior?
Yeah. No, he's a senior now.
He's a senior now, and he's getting outplayed by Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back and listen to the podcast, the college football preview podcast with Luke Langle and I that we did in August. First of all, don't listen to the part about me picking Michigan into the playoff. Secondly, if you listen, we talk about UCF and we're talking about Winbush, and I wasn't even aware of the Gabriel kid. I think I saw him on the recruit list, whatever, from last year, because I'm that kind of guy that goes to the recruiting to see how we're doing. As one of the 3 or 4 stars, but yeah, I didn't think he would play this year, and all of a sudden he just takes over, and he's legit.
No, he's been
not.
Doing well.
The only thing is his pocket presence is kind of rough. He's not great at getting out of the pocket and rushing and running like
scrambling.
Mackenzie does.
He's also as tall as Mackenzie, which doesn't help because both of them are relatively short for quarterbacks.
But very accurate, guys. Yeah, some of those deep balls, you're he puts it
true.
exactly where he is for. So, and that's exciting because that means we have another 3 years of good quarterback play, which is in college football. Quarterback play is almost everything. You can get 8 wins just by having a good quarterback. So that's good for us.
And that could pull probably more, running back, wide receiver recruits.
Yeah.
Along with our Lazy River.
The Lazy River. When is that is that under construction yet? Or are they still trying to finish the freaking library?
They're finishing the library, the student union, the hotel.
Yeah, we now have a hotel.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Oh, here we go. There's a
I feel like it has to be out
there's
by
an
next
article
fall.
about it by 12 hours ago. What the hell? This is in the news. UCF's Lazy River. Perk for athletes and fans are unadulterated waste of money. Damn.
Oh, okay. My bad. that was donated by private investors. The school.
Yeah, it's a $1 million donation from a private donor.
Well,
they're saying they could put in other products, but stop it. This is fun. Recovery Cove, that's what its name is.
Yes.
I just wonder why this isn't in the news right now. Oh, now it's named McNamara. Nick McNamara code? I don't know.
McNamara?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's I don't know who the person they're naming after is, but it's that.
But I feel like I saw something where they would open up, I mean, for money, obviously, but have sort of a tailgate opportunity there.
Wait, I think we're getting there because it says UCF said the Lazy River, which is due to open outside of Spectre Stadium before the 2020 football season. You know, it's in 2020, my senior year football season. There we go. Be about 500 feet long with 2 attached pools of roughly 1,600 and 1,000 square feet. Geez. The university plans to sell as many as 250 annual Cove Gating memberships, advertised at $2,500 per person.
Oh, well.
That fee covers access to the Lazy River for 3 to 4 hours before each regular season home game, food, drink, inner tubes, and parking.
Ooh. I mean, well, $2,500 though.
Looks like we're gonna have to
go to Memory Mall.
Yeah, we're just gonna go back to Memory Mall then,
and just dump a water bottle on you, and there's your pool experience.
Oh my god, yeah.
We'll get Mate to do that after a couple.
Where even is it?
It has to be on the far end of the stadium where you don't walk. I mean,
I think you're right. Like here's a picture of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think like the stadium's like right over here somewhere. It doesn't show it.
No, I feel you.
But like, yeah.
Yeah, who was it? People are complaining. They're like, why would they put all this money into a lazy river that only athletes can use instead of parking? I'm like, well,
what else are we gonna
one, it was privately donated. 2, I feel like our program is so new that you need to incentivize coming here somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, like compared to the likes of Alabama and other big SEC, ACC, I mean, I feel like they'll just go to recruits and be like, you have this pretty cool lazy river at your disposal.
Yeah, I know. So that's definitely
so come on over.
Look, in the article, it shows what that the professor got suspended.
Oh,
for the English translator video. I couldn't find the video. I feel
like they could have removed it by now, no?
No, they definitely did because I couldn't find it. Because I was trying to find it when we were talking with Thorne on the Monday's pod. I was trying to find it, couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So I read the transcript though, out loud on the podcast. So if you want to hear that, go back. You can hear what he said. It's fantastic. I think it was funny, but that was crazy.
No, I mean, I don't know. I feel like obviously college professors are a lot more lax than your usual high school professor.
Yeah, but I feel like
there's a line of professionalism.
Yeah,
you're at a big university. You're supposed to be teaching something.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's tough. I mean, I know I've been told with certain things, all throughout my, I guess, career coming in, like, being, high school, whatever that, I mean, you know me, I don't know if you've taken a class with me, but you've seen me at, like, events and stuff like that. You know that, like, I like to make jokes during events. I like to talk during events and that kind of thing. And, like, some of my jokes are bad. Some of them are funny. Whatever. Like, this kind of podcast shows that. Like, I'm going out there just talking about whatever I want to talk about. And, I say a couple swear words. Nothing too bad. I'm not being terrible. Whatever. But you get my opinion. And a lot of people will say, like, that's not necessarily quote-unquote professional. And I've had people come up and say that to me already. One person did, like, this year, like, saying, like, I don't think being unfiltered, like, having unfiltered opinions is, like, professional. And I'm like, well, I mean, you're getting my authentic idea, so I'm not sure, like, what you mean by that. But I don't know. It's just kind of funny that, but I think you're right. Like, the difference is, even though, like, you and I are both on the board of our pre-med club, I guess the difference there is that we're still students, interacting with students that might even be our same age or 1 year younger than us, and the difference is that he's a faculty paid professor, so that's kind of the
I mean, I will say this though, because my mom is a teacher.
Oh, okay.
And so with the whole thing that your friend said about you shouldn't have unfiltered opinions in a way, I mean,
someone said that.
I think it depends who you're talking to. In a professional setting, like teaching, my mom has always sort of maybe always enlightened or always said that sometimes it's just better to be objective because you're there to teach, you're not there to yell out your opinions and then avoid your job.
Right.
So in that aspect, I can understand the unfiltered, but I mean, I feel like if you're just in a conversation with someone, being frank, I mean, It's better than sugarcoating and beating around the bush.
No, of course.
You know?
And like, I know I swear a good amount. I mean, it's just kind of like I swear. Like, it's just part of my. It's I guess I don't say it's part of my upbringing. Yeah, but like, yeah, it is. Like, I don't know. It's just I've always. Not always, obviously. Not fresh out of the womb coming out. Like, shit, Mom, what the hell was that? What was that experience? No. Like, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, when I say shit, like, there's not a better word for what I want to say than shit right then.
Yeah.
Maybe there is, but I'm not, don't go all, like, 1800s England on me.
No.
Victorian England speech me. Like, come on.
How dare thee.
How dare thee. That's perfect. But, yeah, okay, my laptop's gonna die in a couple minutes. What else? Anything else? Closing thoughts here?
I don't know. Actually, well, what is it? October?
It's already October.
October 3rd.
It's already October.
So, I think looking forward to 2020, it is a roaring 20s if I don't see anyone having fun like they did almost 100 years ago. Then you know what? Start living life.
Can't wait to see
what
you
is
after
it?
your graduation. Goodness gracious.
No, who is it? Mike the Situation on Jersey Shore. His motto is living my best life.
No.
Yep.
Stop it.
Man's out of prison now. Reformed.
He was in prison?
Yeah, for the whole tax evasion.
Oh.
Yep.
Gotta love a good old case
8
of
months
tax
in
evasion.
prison.
Damn.
It's okay though. I believe he was already released and he is now living his best life.
Officially. Not
officially.
Probably living his best life that you can in prison too.
Yes.
So, there you go. Sophia, thank you for coming on.
It was a pleasure, Zachary.
Thank you for listening to the Assist Podcast. If you like the show, go drop a 5-star rating. That really helps us keep the show going. If you want to stay updated with all the podcast episodes, hit the subscribe button and also go follow our Twitter, which is @assist_podcast, and our Instagram, which is now the Assist Podcast. And you can write any emails, any suggestions you have to theassistpod@yahoo.com, and we'll see you next week.